Thank you, Dr. Anthony, for your kind introduction. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Distinguished guests, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and privilege to be here with you today at the annual Arab-U.S. Policymakers Conference hosted by the National Council on U.S.-Arab Relations. This is my third time attending the conference. Unfortunately, I didn't think I would be able to make it today, since I have a midterm in another city tomorrow. But I look forward to attending each fall and enjoy this opportunity to share my thoughts with you. To Ambassador Adil Al-Jubair and the entire team at the Saudi Embassy, your contribution to creating the strong alliance between the Kingdom and the United States cannot be overstated. Also to Ambassador Westphal and to the former U.S. ambassadors and diplomats to Saudi Arabia in attendance, I appreciate and respect your hard work on behalf of the United States inside the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to strengthen and expand the diplomatic, cultural, business, economic, and political ties between our two nations, peoples, and leaders. To Dr. Anthony, your work in improving understanding and knowledge between our two peoples for more than 40 years cannot be underestimated or taken for granted. You have educated scores of young people and professionals to look beyond themselves and to embrace a world that will continue to be interconnected. And now, down to business. As a proud member of the National Council's Emerging Leaders Committee, my first job here today is to call upon the young generation in the audience and in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to get involved in the Council's educational programs, projects, events, and activities. Believe me, it's not a commitment that takes over your life, but it's one that matters and can only serve to make you a better person. When I started college in the States 3 years ago, I had no idea of the leadership opportunities that existed or the breadth of opportunities that were open to me as a Saudi Arabian student studying in America. I thought my job was to study, get good grades, and work towards a degree that will eventually advance my career. I look back now and wonder, who was that person, and how did I get from where I was to where I am today? Well, I am here today to tell you that I couldn't have done it if I hadn't decided to become involved. And the first step of that engagement with the outside world was my decision to participate in the Model Arab League. That experience, which I know that many of you are or will have, was the beginning of my journey to learn the essential skills of debate, building coalitions, compromise, cherishing differences, overcoming obstacles, and resolving conflict. It was my eye-opener, and I haven't looked back since. But the Model Arab League is more than that. It's not just about me, you, or how your participation looks on a resume. It's more important than that. It really is. In today's world, a world where change is the norm and conflict seems commonplace and interactable, being involved in activities such as the Model Arab League cannot be underestimated. As the faces, minds, and voices of the future, it's up to us to work together to shape the future we want to live in. And I think that you will agree with me that the world we want is not a place where organizations such as ISIS can act with impunity in the name of Islam. It's not a world where Muslims are looked upon with suspicion and distrust due to the actions of extremists, or where Western values are rejected as being incompatible with the teachings of Quran. And then us against them attitude prevails. That is not the world I want, and I hope that you share my desire for a better future. In a UN address, the custodian of the two holy mosques, His Majesty King Abdullah, declared, "We state with a unified voice that religions throughout which Almighty God sought to bring happiness to mankind should not be turned into instruments to cause misery. We will continue what we have commenced, extending our hands to all those who advocate peace, justice, and tolerance." His message was clear. Extremism cannot be tolerated in any faith, and if we are to help each other combat extremism, we must work to appreciate and understand one another. It's no wonder then that King Abdullah had spearheaded the Saudi government scholarship program to create a strong, educated youth population that won't be vulnerable to un-Islamic messages of extremism. And through programs such as these that bring students together, so much can be achieved. Cross-cultural exchanges open doors and enlightens minds, presenting opportunities for all. And that's why your participation in programs such as the Model Arab League is so important, and why further involvement in programs offered through the National Council can really make a difference. These are forums where your opinion matters and where your voices can be heard. This is the place where you learn how to listen to others and how to confront the difficult questions and work through differences through a process of thoughtful compromise. And I am not telling you it's all fun and games. There's no easy answers and you won't get everything you want. But I can assure you that you will get a taste of what it means to be engaged, to be an active participant in the most important dialogues of the day, and to understand the world and its complexities in a way that only a few of your fellow students can. So if I have any wisdoms for you as someone who will be graduating this year, in 41 days to be exact, but who's counting? Is to make the most of the wonderful opportunity that is the Model Arab League. All of you are here taking part in a world dialogue, not just to learn more about a system of political discourse and discussion, but also to put yourselves in the shoes of other countries and cultures. And that's the first step in the journey of making a difference. So let your voices be heard. Don't be bystanders. If you want change for the good, be an agent for the change for the good. Do you want to bring together both our peoples? Make it happen. Being here today shows that you are interested. Your presence alone is the proof that you value the bonds between the United States and the Arab world. Now join the conversation and let's get things done. Thank you again for this opportunity to share my thoughts with you today. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.